Well, Maryland, like many states, child custody issues are what's in the best interest of the child or children. And Maryland courts have said that it's always best for the children to have relationships with both parents. There are two types of child custody. There's legal custody and there's physical custody. Legal custody is about the parties making decisions in the best interest of the children. And it deals with big issues. We're talking about where they're going to go to school, whether or not they're going to get their driver's license when they're 16 years old, and big major decisions. And this really comes into play when we have young children. Legal custody decisions, like physical custody, are made in the best interest of the child. The crux of it is, can the parties communicate to make decisions in the best interest of the child? Are mom and dad able to communicate with one another regarding this? And while there's no steadfast rule other than the best interest of the child, it's been my experience that joint legal custody is favored by the courts because, as I've heard more than a judge say at the conclusion of a trial, their belief is that once the dispute stops, once the litigation stops, then the parties will recognize their ability to communicate for the best interest of the child. When we draft separation agreements, we'll do a joint legal custody where one parent may have tie-breaking authority if there's a dispute that can't be resolved, or the parties will agree to go to a mediator to come up with some resolution. Physical custody is really about where the child's going to spend their nights. For school-age children, this becomes important from a primary physical custody standpoint because where the children spend most of their overnights is really where they're going to go to school. Courts favor some sort of shared physical custody. They want both parents to be actively involved in their children's life. But, if you have that classic situation where mom, works as a school teacher and she's available at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and, dad has a job that he travels and everything, it's going to be very difficult to get a 50-50 schedule. Shared physical custody does not mean week on, week off. Parties can agree to those things, and the court has the right to say that's in the best interest of the child or it's not.